building.
There we go. In the back, in the front, the back, side to side.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
Episode 200.
200.
No midgets, unfortunately.
You know,
no.
They was here, they left.
Yeah, they here,
was
but
here.
yeah, we kept fucking around.
We had to let them go.
Yeah.
You know, it was, they called the cops on us.
Yeah, they did. They was like, yo, we see a bunch of these big booty midgets up here in the, in this undisclosed location.
Right.
We're gonna have to shut it down.
Right. So yeah, man, episode 200, man. I'm excited. I'm glad that we still, doing our thing and hanging out and still bringing y'all the latest in hip hop culture. We're also gonna be celebrating our 5-year anniversary this year, so that'll be coming up toward the end of May, early June. Yeah. We'll try to invite the big booty midgets back.
They'll be there that time.
But yeah, how was your week this week, my man?
Man, week was all right, man. I got, got schoolwork done. You know what I'm saying? Got a little bit of monetary funds lifted a little bit.
My man.
I ain't gonna, I can't say nothing. Can't say too much.
Let me hold something.
Nah, nigga ain't got it.
Nigga just said he got it.
Nah, ain't got it.
You know how black folk do. I just got this money. Let me hold something.
Yeah, I ain't got it. I let you on fire, though. You're fire.
I can't even do it. But yeah, man, that's what's up, man.
How was your week, man?
It was good, man. I can't complain. It went by kind of fast. I saw the first episode of Moon Knight. I don't know if you've been.
Yeah. It was
that.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. I'm excited to see the next episode. Have you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it on Wednesday. I messed around. It's kind of funny. We got done with work and everything, and I was eating lunch, and I was like, I was gonna eat lunch, and just mess around and just watch something. I said, okay, and I was like, oh, okay, that's all. I'll check it out. And for what I saw, I thought it was pretty good. I definitely led me to want to watch more.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. So
yeah, and I'm sure they're gonna go in more depth. It's a 6-episode series, so it's not gonna be too long. But I'm pretty excited about it. So far, I like it.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see if they join it into the cinematic universe. Put it in the movies and stuff.
It's kind of hard though, because Moon Knight ain't really that main. A lot of people ain't really.
Right.
Certain people know about Moon Knight, but he wasn't really like a mainstream character like a Spider-Man or Wolverine.
Exactly.
So
I'm just starting to learn about him, but I like what I see, and so that's why I'm like, okay, it would be dope if they could get him into one of the movies and make him do a cameo or something like that in one of the movies.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, my week was really good. No complaints. Just happy to be here. Episode 200.
200.
We got to do it big, so we're gonna have some confetti and all that shit in a few minutes, before the cops get here.
You know what I'm saying. We have niggas on the dice game, you know what I'm saying. We have a spade game over here. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, nigga. 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, it's been a good week. So, I don't think we had anybody that passed away or anything. Not that I know of, anyway. So. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Did you have anything for our question of the day?
Question of the day. Since we all talking about this Will Smith shit smacking Chris Rock in the face.
Yes, which we will talk about a little bit later.
A little bit later, since it's been dominating. Would it be different if it wasn't the Oscars? Would the outcome be a little different if it wasn't the Oscars?
I could see it being different if it was behind closed doors or somewhere where it wasn't so many cameras. like if he had done it at the after party, like they said, where you don't get the world view of that, it would have been a little different. It would have still been embarrassing for him, but it wouldn't have been blowing up. It would have just been hearsay. It would have been, okay, well, can we see the camera footage? Well, no, it was the after party. We didn't have no cameras. Somebody might have caught it, but it would have been a lesser chance of it getting caught. So I think because the world saw it, for me, it kind of puts Chris Rock on a different in different circumstances. To me, anyway. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I'm thinking. I should have framed this question a little bit better. What I was thinking is like more so on the line of if it was like another award show.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe if they was out in public and he just happened to they was getting food and he just happened to say, hey, your wife bald and shit,
right?
And then be like, you know what I'm saying? So
wife bald.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Your wife gonna want to,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Right.
So I was thinking more so like on the line, like if they was out in public or if they was out, you know what I'm saying? Like if this was something like maybe. Which I don't know what Chris. Well, yeah, I guess it could be getting the Grammys. Like if this was the Grammys, or maybe if it was like BET's like little stuff, would it been as big?
Right. Right.
And my thing of it is, but we'll get into that later. I think the reason why they try to do all that shit because the whole trying to get money up, trying to get viewership up for the Oscars. Because other than that, I didn't know that shit was on.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, at other award shows, how it would have went down. I mean, I think it would have still been somewhat of a big deal, but let's say if it happened at the BET Awards, it wouldn't have been so widespread across the world because, like, everybody, most mainstream-minded people are trying to watch the Oscars, but not everybody's watching the BET Awards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Hell,
so because of that, it would have spread around, but it wouldn't have been so, oh, did y'all catch it? We was watching it. It wouldn't have been so much of that. It would have just been like the next day, oh, did you hear about what happened? Because we actually ended up recording it. But on ours, what they did here in the U.S., they have a 7-second delay so that they can blur out everything. Okay. So on our recording, everything is visual, but you don't hear the words,
Oh, you talking about as far as like, keep my name.
Yeah, right. You don't hear none of that. It's all quiet. You just see him.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And that's it. You don't even you don't hardly hear the smack. But, I mean, I think it would have been slightly different in other awards, but not much different.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so... But yeah, did you want to say anything on that question of the day?
Nah, I think that was it. So everybody just answer that. We'd like to know. Leave your comments and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely leave something in the comments. See y'all out there on Instagram.
Appreciate y'all.
Instagram never fails us, So and everybody out there, whether you're on Instagram or Facebook, YouTube, whatever. Don't forget, hit the buttons, you know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters, we need funds out to the motherfucking funds so we can build a motherfucking school.
We need your funds. Open your wallets.
Ain't it a shame that you got other people build all these schools and he's still struggling with that one?
We still got to get the plumbing right.
I'm
that
like,
costs a lot of money.
Nigga called the Mario Brothers, nigga. Goddamn.
You get a crackhead to do that shit. Some shit should have been done by now, bro. I know some motherfuckers who do drugs and they can hook your shit right up. I had a motherfucker did something on my car.
Yeah.
And, it was some big shit, too. Had my car hoisted up, did that shit under the hood, put the car down like 45 minutes. Boom. Like a $300 job that he did for like $20.
Damn.
I was like...
Hold on, he hosted up by himself? Like, he didn't get
yeah, the jack.
Oh, I'm like, the way he said it, I think he was like, lift up the car. Man, you need it? Nah, I don't need nothing.
I'm good.
I don't need nothing. I'm good.
I do this in no flat. You got that 20 for me? But yeah, man. So it can get done. He playing around. But
Yeah.
anyway, we're gonna leave brother Umar alone.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and jump into some birthdays real quick. Back on April 1st, which was yesterday, my man Gil Scott Heron. Happy birthday to him.
Yeah, facts.
Today, April 2nd, we got Prince Paul.
Prince Paul.
Yes, sir. We got Quavo in today and Young Jock as well.
All right.
So happy birthday to them.
Yep.
Coming up tomorrow, we got my man Hussein Fatal from the Outlaws.
All right.
Young M.A. And also, those are the only two for tomorrow. Coming up on the 5th, we got my man Pharrell. Happy birthday to him. Skateboard P.
Yep.
And then on the 5th, we also got Juicy J. You know what I mean? Doing his thing. Coming up on the 8th, around the end of the week, we got my man Chino XL. Yeah. The man who always sparks controversy. And then my man Biz Markie, rest in peace. His birthday is coming up on the 8th as well. So that is it for my birthdays. You got some
oh,
claps.
yeah, get a skibbity claps for me.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday to all of them. All right, so music I don't really have too much. There was a song that came out recently. I think I might have mentioned it on one of the other podcasts, but it came out over the last few weeks. It's by my man R.A. the Rugged Man. It's called Dragonfire.
Okay.
It features Ghostface Killer, Master Killer, and Cool G Rap.
All right.
And so I've been bumping that joint, man, all week, man. That joint go hard, super hard. I think there was one other person who had an album, but I forgot to make a note of it, so I'll find that for next week's show. And then also we got to talk about Cypress Hill's new joint, Back in Black, because I know you said you got to really hear a lot of it.
Yeah, it was
did you
actually
get to hear all of it.
Yeah, I heard. I think I heard all but 2 songs because I picked up my girl Friday and we were kind of talking. So I didn't really get to hear the last 2 songs.
Right.
But for what I heard, man, I mean, it's good. I mean, I think they stay on topic. The overall theme is, obviously weed because they weed head. But they was actually talking about one of the songs they were talking about. Yeah, it's legal. It's legal here, but the feds are still doing shit like to stop people and all this, that, and the third. Yeah, so it was. Yeah, so it was actually pretty good to hear that. You know what I'm saying? The man, like, Sin Dogs, like, got nice. B's nice with it too. Like they styles, like they still. It's I would say modern, but it's still more. But you still hear like the hip hop stuff and like the old school. So yeah, they doing their thing, man. So shout out to Cypress.
Shout out to Cypress, man. I love Cypress. I mean, they stay consistent, man. And I've only heard like 2 songs. The first one they released and then one other one, and they had me amped. I was like, okay, it's giving you that real Cypress Hill sound.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to hear the rest, man. I can honestly say, man, I can already tell it's a good album. So I can believe everything you said, because Cypress, they don't really have that. Oh, they kind of lost it. They keep consistent, man. They got it. They got the consistency.
Me personally, and this me being a fan. I mean, there's a few albums, but even then, I think they still, they were still relevant. You know what I'm saying? They still, what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But they still like a good group. Yeah, I should check that album out.
Yeah, definitely check that album out. And don't forget we got the Cypress Hill versus Onyx. You know what I mean? Coming up on the verses. That's gonna be in May, I believe.
Who do you think would been? We already talked about Onyx.
Yeah,
and we already talked about Onyx going up against MOP. Instead of Cypress. Who do you think Cypress could go up against besides Onyx?
Well, like I said, I thought Bone was a good one, even though they've already gone. I think Bone would have been a good one for them. I think they have similar styles. Not exactly the same, but I think they would have a similar feel. Like Bone sometimes give you that high energy, and then sometimes they give you that mellow, laid back. Something that you just, if you were smoking, you probably just want to smoke to it. I think that would be good. Let me see. Who else? Cypress is hard to find a group.
I got one.
Okay. Who you got?
Digital Underground.
Okay. Digital Underground would be good for them. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, unfortunately with the demise of Shock G.
Yeah,
but they actually got I don't know if you saw that Drink Champs episode. They actually got the guy that plays Shock G in like the All Eyes on Me movie. He's actually in the group. They actually put him for Digital Underground.
Oh wow!
And he kind of has his own mannerisms like Shock G and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, but he's a young guy too. I forgot his name. But they don't call him Shock G. They call him something else.
Okay.
But they kind of have its own little moniker. But
I think that's a good thing. You don't want to make it seem like he's trying to replace Shock G.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because nobody can really replace Shock G. He was in a class by himself, man. I
mean,
dude was just
dope,
man.
That interview, he was saying like, because it was Money B and the young guy. Not to really call him like that, but Money B was saying like when they did all in the same, we all in the same game. Money B was saying that Dre was looking at like Shock G to see what he was doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But Shock G's, man, he's a hidden gem, man. A lot of people slept on him.
Yeah, man.
But that dude, he was dope, man. So it's sad to see that he's passed on. Rest in peace, and of course condolences to his family. But so let's continue on with some topics, man. But I am excited for the Cypress Hill and Onyx. I'm ready for that. I wish it was coming up sooner, but we gotta do the gospel.
The BB and CC. Yeah, we gotta get right and saved first, right. Before we act like heathens.
Get sanctified.
We gotta get sanctified. We gotta get church. Glory.
And then now that that's over, Pastor Blunt, nigga.
But I'm looking forward to that too, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
BB and CC, they go way back. But Mary, they got some hits for you, boy.
Yeah. That BB and CC, they come up with that, the tomorrow.
Right.
If they hit that joint.
Yeah,
that's gonna be it right there.
I wonder if back to the Cypress Hill real quick. I wonder if Red and Meth would have been good to go up against them. I mean, they only because they talk a lot about smoking and shit like that,
Well,
but,
I mean,
I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. It'd be tough because I look at Red and Meth more as a duo,
right,
than a group,
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing with that. It's just a lot of people get that confused. Like, oh yeah, like Styles P and Chic and not Chic, but excuse me, Jada. That's the group. Like, nah, they a duo.
They're a duo.
But I don't consider them a group. Just like Raekwon and Ghostface. They a duo.
Yeah. I feel you.
They're not a group. Yeah. Cypress is a group.
Yeah.
They got. I mean, there's a you know what I'm saying. There's a whole different chemistry and stuff going with it. Even if it is just like Sin Dog and him just rapping. Oh, bless you. Yeah, don't get that on.
Thank you.
Don't get that on.
Thank you.
The Roro's still out here.
But it's probably just some dust or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's probably dust.
Allergy season too. Yeah. But man, I that would be hard to find another group to go up against them. But I think they would be good. That would be a good one though.
Yeah.
So but anyway, another topic I want to mention. A lot of you younger cats might know. The young female rapper Latto. She threw out the remix of "Sorry Not Sorry," where she threw shade at people like Ludacris and Sierra and even the Migos. Basically saying that they're not Atlanta. That they.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that. Now
Yeah.
you mean to tell me she talked to one of our people that reviewed this show
Right.
way back in the day? Probably done forgot about it now. They said he wasn't from Atlanta.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Damn. Come on.
Yeah. So she was basically saying that technically they should not say that they're from Atlanta, but she did kind of give them credit, saying that they helped put Atlanta on the map. But that they shouldn't be allowed to say that they're from Atlanta because, like, Luda was born in Illinois, and even when he moved down there, he lived in what they call College Park, I think.
Yeah.
And so they feel like College Park, even though it's kind of synonymous with Atlanta, it's not technically Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But and same with Sierra, just technical stuff. Like, you were actually born here. Migos, you were actually born here. I think maybe one of the Migos
is actually from
Atlanta, but not all of them.
Oh,
Jermaine Dupri, I think the same with him. He's College Park. So, it's been sparking a lot of debate. You know what I mean? Now, Luda did actually do an answer freestyle. And, he didn't really get disrespectful. He was just saying, I'm a rep Atlanta to the day I die, no matter what. Even though I'm not from here, he did admit I was born in Illinois, blah, blah, blah. But still, I mean, and I've always felt like, what Rakim said, it ain't where you from, it's where you at. You know what I mean? So you rep where you at. That's why, I don't always just go around just New York, New York, New York. We in North Carolina. We represent for North Carolina right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
Curtis is like, I'm from North Carolina, son. Know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. NCX.
NCX, nigga.
Word is born, son.
Word is born, son. North Cat.
But yeah, I mean, I'll never forget my New York roots.
Man.
I've been in North Carolina too long for me to just still be acting like everything's all about.
Well, that's the thing, though. So even if he was born in Illinois, how long has Luda been in the South?
I think he's somewhere between maybe 10 and 12 is when he came down here, somewhere in that area.
So he's obviously been here, been in the South longer than he's been in Chicago.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's fucking from the South.
I mean, nobody in Chicago is going to be looking for him to represent Chicago.
Yeah.
Or Illinois, wherever he was from in Illinois. So that's, I think a lot of the younger generation, I think they pushing certain things like that too hard. It's like you had no reason to do that. And in our generation, that we take that shit personal. So, a lot of the young people don't take that too personal. She just, nah, that's shade. You know what I mean? So you can't really do that.
Only thing is, man, like I said, well, thank God she said we talk about the South. Yeah. She was talking about the West. Talking about, you ain't from here, so we gonna have this. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers you got.
Yeah, man.
Like Tupac,
you ain't from here.
Rub.
Hey, dog, you ain't from here.
Yeah, you ain't here from here, Marquez Buster.
Now that would have been that would have got heavy.
That'd have been crazy. But yeah, I mean, but see, that's the thing. A lot of MCs aren't where they actually rep.
Right.
Prodigy wasn't from Queens, he was from Hempstead.
Right. Exactly.
He rep Queens.
Yeah.
Damn, that's you know what I'm saying? So like I think I get what you're saying. I don't want her to think that we don't get what I get what you're saying. But to tell them not to rep, especially if they've been here, they've been in that demographic in that area longer than they actually been to their actual birthplace.
Right.
Nah, they from there. Because they already got the cultures and the nuances and how things go. That's where they from.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, and again, it's another thing to really divide and conquer, though, man. Because like, really, who gives a shit? Like this is supposed to be a black art form,
right?
I mean, I know white people coming in here and fucking it. Well, I ain't gonna say clucking it up. I won't say that because there's some good white people in here. We just talked about one, right? The Ruggie. Yeah. All right, so. But yeah, man, I mean, we shouldn't have, that's another device, divide and conquer, you know what I'm saying? Like, we really don't need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, realistically, we, it's a black art form to express ourselves. We really need to stick together. We need to stop this whole, it's this versus everybody. And, even with T.I.'s goofy ass talking about, we're going to stop these New York cats. Like, no one's really, it's just him.
Right.
Motherfucker, it's just you.
Right.
No one gives a shit. If the rappers are rapping, like, I don't give a fuck where they from. Like, okay, New York nigga nice. That nigga from Chicago nice. My nigga from the West is nice. My nigga Midwest is nice. Down south. My man nice with the work. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
Who gives a fuck?
Exactly. Yep. I agree. It's just, just one of the things, I mean, I think it's like if somebody from New York who lived like in Manhattan made a song and saying certain rappers is not from New York because you in the Bronx, so you're not really New York, you know. Because Manhattan is like the city, the inner city of New York. But
Yeah.
you know, you got the five boroughs: the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and they all considered New York City. But you know, when you get mail, you have to put Bronx. You know, you can't just put New York. If you put New York, New York, that means you're sending it to Manhattan.
Ah.
So you know, it's one of those things. I mean, technically,
I
they're
never knew
all
that.
yeah. Yeah, when you send something to Manhattan, you know, you have to put New York City and New York State. But when you send it to the Bronx or Brooklyn, you put in Brooklyn or the Bronx, you know, whatever.
Also, Manhattan people, they don't put Manhattan.
Nah, they put New York City.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I did not know that.
New York. It just says New York, New York on their mail. So yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, but that's, you know, to me, that's just overreaching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like saying, oh well, Big Pun is not New York because he was from the Bronx. You know, yes he is. All the five boroughs are considered New York City.
But that's the thing, though. If they didn't, it started. Hey, if it wasn't for the Bronx, none of this rap shit would be going on.
Exactly.
So tell me where you from? Uptown, baby.
Uptown, baby. Yeah, man.
Come on, man.
Peter Guns, man. Peter Guns and my man's
Lord Tariq.
Lord Tariq, yeah. They went hard for the Bronx on that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, you know, y'all let us know what y'all think about that in the you know, in the comments, because I think that places like College Park and Bankhead and Decatur and all of those that are right outside of Atlanta, you know, they're kind of Atlanta by extension. So it's like, you know, nobody's gonna look at them if they say they're from Atlanta. Like, oh, you ain't from Atlanta, you from College Park. No, it's basically the same thing.
Same shit. Well, I mean, that's, you know, that's no different from, like, you know, I'm from a small town. Yeah. So, like, instead of saying, like, I'm, like, especially when we go out and travel.
Yeah.
Like, when people say, yeah, I'm from here, you know, instead of saying I'm from the small town, because they don't know where the fuck that is.
Right.
I'm from Greensboro. And they'd be like, oh, okay.
Right.
They know where they at least heard of Greensboro, North Carolina, or, you know what I'm saying? So that's usually what we'll say. Yeah, we don't say, like, yeah, I'm from a small town. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, and that's true. I mean, I'm from a small town called Fresh Off a Cop's Ass.
Yes, right.
He said, you're making me homesick. But anyway.
All of a sudden, goddamn.
Boy, I'm still mad that Robin Harris not here no more, boy.
Man. Yeah,
he was like, you know, like he was like the original Bernie Mac. You know
oh, yeah.
It's like those are the types when they gone, it's like it hurt.
Yeah.
It's like we lost a giant in the game.
I tell you one thing. Will Smith wouldn't smack the fuck out of him.
Right. Exactly.
Man, you smack me?
Right.
Get your ass up.
Exactly.
Man, I'm gonna make a new law. Anytime somebody come on the stage deaf, I ain't gonna do it again. Oh, I know. You ain't gonna do it. Gotta go.
Exactly. Yeah, that would have been a lot different.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so you know, we're gonna get into that in a few minutes. But right now, let's jump into another topic. My man Dame Dash, you know, he went through a lawsuit, and he had to end up paying like $800,000. Whew. Oh! $800,000. That's almost $1 million, bro, over a movie that, you know, he really didn't have no rights to. So, you know, he was working with a dude named Josh Weber and Muddy Waters Pictures, and they basically I forget the name of the movie. It was I forget, but basically.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say he allowed them to shoot the movie on his property at his house. I'm sure it's probably like a big mansion type place, so he allowed them to shoot it there. And before they could finish the movie, they let him go because he was actually kind of, I guess, I don't know what role he played, but he was officially on the payroll. Like he was a part of the movie in some kind of way, and basically, he was coming to the set high and whatnot, and they got tired of that. Every day you high and all of this, so they told him, you're no longer part of this movie. And so, you know, they left, and he kept a copy of the movie, and renamed it. He put a new title on it and then started shopping it around the companies like BET and all these places. And so, they found out about it and they're like, okay, why are you going to just shop our movie around?
Like, damn.
Right. And he thinks that he has the right to do that because it was shot on his property and using some of his equipment. I think some of the equipment that was used was his, but that's neither here nor there. You gave consent to use that stuff. So unless there was some monetary agreement, you can't just do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, he probably didn't even charge him for it. He probably was just like, yeah, use my place, at least that'll make me feel better so I'm part of the project.
Yeah.
Because if it was money involved, he could have just said, give me my money back. So I'm assuming there was probably no money involved. So he just thought, all right, well, since y'all use my place, I'm going to take a copy of the movie and start pushing it. So, and that's why he ended up losing because he didn't have enough proof that it was actually his movie. So what do you think about that whole fiasco?
Man, I don't know, man. It just seems to me like, I don't want to say like Dame was slipping, but I mean, for the fact that he, getting high all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially a man of that stature. And you're trying to, he trying to talk about building a legacy and stuff.
Right.
And it's like, to me, it just seems like you're, you know what I'm saying? Not that you're throwing it away, but it's just, you don't have no regard for it. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
And see, I always took him to be a real smart dude. So it's like, I didn't expect him to act like that, where he just thought, it was okay, I'm going to just do what I want to do. And I think, because we were watching the video, Sandman and Ogar was talking about, basically they had heard that Irv Gotti mentioned a story about Dame too, saying that he knew of another situation that was similar to that, where Dame kind of messed something up and, ended up losing the whole project. And so I think their whole question was, is that what broke Rockefeller up?
Yeah. Was
that why that happened? Because, I could honestly see that. Now, they say Lyor Cohen kind of got in the mix and messed up Dame's fault, too. Because if you have that kind of behavior, man, after a while, people are going to get tired of that.
Yeah.
So, it's like, we got to do business. You can smoke and do all the fucking drinking and smoking you want over there on that time, but don't bring that shit over here.
Yeah.
This is business time, Yep. So, I don't know, man. I think he kind of messed that whole thing up, but only Dame could tell the story. This is just conjecture on our part. So, I really, but if there's a pattern of behavior, if that really is true, he needs to get some therapy, man, because
man.
You can't be successful in the long run if you keep running up on that same type of snag. You know what I mean? So
yeah, sorry about that. That's somebody up there,
Yeah,
one of the midgets up there trying to text.
You cannot come back.
Yeah,
we already
shut the door. Shit locked. We can't get you back.
Right. You can come back for the 5-year show.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all don't forget, hit all the buttons, like share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters.
Yes, sir. Brothers and sisters. We need your help.
We need funds allocated to the motherfucking school.
Dame needs your help.
Yeah, Dame needs your help.
But yeah, man. I hope you kind of learned his lesson, from having to pay out so much money.
Yeah.
Because, bro, you were wrong for that. If it happened the way they say it happened, you're wrong for that.
Yeah.
But if there's something else that that we don't know, then put it out there. Because he's that type of guy. He tries to put it out there, to let people know here's the real truth. And I'm assuming he took whatever proof he had to court and it still wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So anyway, before we get to our final topic of the Oscars and the smack heard around the world, was there anything else we needed to cover?
I don't think so. It was just, ain't nobody too much doing nothing too crazy.
Yeah.